Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Kobe and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Kobe's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands. The little corrections and lots of motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed. And the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and release on the training collar. That is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Kobe is going to come home with his very own training equipment. You're going to be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now Kobe's sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is an amazing improvement, just that. And that is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for us is heeling. Heeling is going to be your best friend because it's proper leash walking, and the command is Kobe, heel. Now at this point, Mr. Kobe has a job to do, and that is to maintain pace with you when you're walking. Not forging ahead or lagging behind, not spinning around in circles, but walking nicely next to your left leg. And Rich throws in some turns to keep Kobe focused. This is all about focus and self-control for Kobe. Paying attention to Rich, looking up, and that's what we want for you when he goes home. And when you stop your feet, he has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for his next command. So if you are going for a walk with him and you stop to cross traffic, he should sit nicely at your left and wait for you to tell him what to do next. And you see that he's matching pace with Rich, that he's not dragging him. And when Rich stops, he sat, and the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and voice command. We do not use his name. This is a self-control exercise that you can practice indoors as well as outdoors. And spend time with him interacting using these commands. When Rich returns back to him, he walks all the way around him. Kobe remains seated until Rich gets back to where they started. Rich stops at his shoulders and he gives him another command. And they take off heeling again. So if you notice, Kobe has some self-control now. I know you've been missing him. I know you've been wanting him home, but he needed every second of this. And you're going to have to continue to work with him at home. Rich leaves him in another sit-stay. He walks out to the end of his leash and he turns to face him. And remember, when you're practicing at home, start out at about a minute and work slowly up to 3. This time, instead of returning back to him, Rich calls him. And Kobe has been taught to come and sit instead of coming in and mugging you. He comes and sits, and then he returns to heel and returns to sitting. If he doesn't sit, you saw Rich give that little tug that we talked about. Nothing much, just a reminder. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. He looks so handsome when he's walking along like a gentleman and not brutalizing the family. Nice automatic sit and a stay. And remember, when you control the dog's head, you control the whole dog. So when Rich is pulling up on that leash to keep him focused, and then he'll call him again, and he comes and sits, and then he returns back to heel and back sitting. Very nice. Good job. Now, I know that he knew probably sit and he knew down when he got here, but this is doing all of your commands with self-control and when you're asked to do them, not when you feel like doing them. So the first down command that we're going to demonstrate is the down from a heel position. So always have him seated at your left first. Left open palm straight down toward the ground, the one-word command to down, and then remind him to stay. Your long down stay you can practice for longer, and you can practice right in your living room. You're going to go for a 3 to 5 minute long down stay, holding the leash in the beginning. Will help you going forward to get some, more distance. I want you to master all these commands first. Rich returns back to him, stops at his shoulders, and then gives him another command. And if you notice, it's at Rich's speed. Everything is at the speed that Rich wants to do it. If he changes pace, Kobe changes pace. If he changes direction, Kobe changes direction. It's all about what you want as his trainer and his owner. Another down from a heel position and stay. And if you notice he's about to get up, you repeat the stay. Rich is going to call him in out of this. Brings him right in and has him sit. And then he goes back to heel and back sitting. Now the next command that we're going to be demonstrating for you is your down from a distance. And of all the commands, this is the hardest one. So Rich is going to leave him in a sit-stay. He's going to turn to face him. Don't go too far away in the beginning because you want to be successful. You're going to use your right hand to give the command, and he drops into a down from a distance. So most of these commands except the heel, you can practice indoors, and depending on how big your house is, some of the healing you can heal around in your house as well. And practice makes perfect, so use your video and practice with him. He has come a very long way. If you need help with service dog training down the road, if you want him to be your service dog, we can help you with that. He's come such a long way and seems like a short period. I know not for you, but for us. We've enjoyed every minute with Kobe, and we will see you very soon. And thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.